Good morning, everyone. I want to talk about the three crosses. I'm getting a lot of questions, so I'm going to explain it the way I understand it. This is the zodiac. This is the fixed cross. This is the mutable cross, and this is the cardinal cross. When this cross appears rising in the sun on the spring equinox, that is when the golden age comes, and it is heaven on earth. He's the man on the cross. You have Fomalhaut or Thalum, the star representing the top of the cross. You have Regulus and the lion representing the bottom of the cross. You have Taurus, the bull, representing the right hand. And you have the eagle or Scorpio representing the left hand. You have air or heaven. You have fire. You have earth in your right hand. And you have water in your left hand. So you put your two hands together, dirt and earth, and you make mud, or you make man. This is an alchemical transformation. There are three stages: mutable, fixed, cardinal. On the cardinal cross is Capricorn at the top. It's water, if you're Capricorn. If you are Cancer, this cross is upside down. You have an upside down cross. Does that make it evil? No. There is really no such thing as what we depict as evil, hell, judgment. There are positive and negative forces. Everything switches from positive to negative. Right now we're in Pisces and mutable water. We're on this line between two ages, so we have a lot of confusion between the charge. Good becomes bad, bad becomes good. If this is December 21st, the winter solstice, the spring solstice, the fall equinox, which is today, welcome to the fall equinox, a very balanced day. And at the bottom is, of course, this wheel is not correct. Right now, the equinox in the winter is right here. And right now, it's right here between Virgo and Leo. It's at that 216-year cusp, as it is between Pisces and Aquarius. So we're changing. When it is negative below, it's positive above. So it's not really as above, so below. If it's we're under a patriarch rule. The earth is negative, but the sky is positive. The earth becomes positive, and the sky becomes negative. It's the way electricity works. This is an electric universe. There's a statement that says, in that day you will have no need of the sun or the moon, for I will be with you. The sun and the moon tells us time, the seasons, the signs, and they give us light and growth. Without them, we can't sustain life on this planet. What is it that can replace all of that? It can replace time, or the counting of it. It can replace the keeping of track of the seasons. It can replace what we need from the sun for shit to grow on this planet. It is electricity. That's why they're called the elect. You're electrical. You got to have the right charge, right? You got to be, we're moving from a negative to a positive. So all the negative is going to manifest more negative, and the positive will manifest more positive. You must change frequencies to be able to get along in the next. You will see which ones will dominate. It's the positive ones, which will be Aquarius, Sagittarius, Libra, Leo, Gemini, and Aries. We've been in an age of Pisces, Capricorn, Scorpio, Virgo, Cancer, Taurus. Feminine, 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 feminine. Right? as patriarchs ruling the ship. That's all fixing to flip. We'll have Father God in the sky and Mother Earth below. The sky will become positive. The earth will become the negative that we were looking for in this age. Back to the crosses. Everybody on your cross, you'll have earth, water, fire, and air. Somebody asked me about walking on water. I'm Capricorn. I'm cardinal earth. At my feet is Cancer. It's water. So I walk on water. I have fire in my right hand, and I have heaven in my left hand. Or a serpent. This used to be a serpent. So you can have a ram, a serpent. This is how all this is laid out. It's all symbology and iconography. Once you understand that, the Bible kind of opens up for you and explains what these three crosses are. Why does Jesus call the two on the other cross robbers and thieves? Why? Because they're not the golden age. Only when the fixed cross is upright in the zodiac, and up in alchemy is always east, not north. I don't know where we get that other than magnetism, and then we still don't have true magnetic north. So it makes absolutely no sense. East and the rising of the sun always sets where the zodiac should be locked. It should tick around. We mark what I call the Lucifer, which is L12 and U 21, and then the cipher, the Lucifer, that's 1221. That day actually marks the winter solstice. It's the Lucifer code. Venus is known as Lucifer. When Venus fell from heaven, oh, how art thou fallen, O Lucifer, is when Taurus moved from the spring and Aries took over. It moved. Everybody becomes evil and falls from grace to be in the light of God, right? Well, Pisces is in the light of God right now, moving. It's kind of shared between these two. But this one gets to go to heaven on earth. This guy over here is the water and the abyss. They get left behind. If any of that makes sense. The left hand's always the hidden hand. This is the hidden hand. This is the goat. This is the man. These two make Baphomet. These two make Dagon, the fish man. And then the goat man, or man, goat, Pan, Baphomet. And then Dagon. It's the crossing of the ages. I hate it when it does that. The crossing of the ages from the negative to the positive. And that's what's occurring. And that's why there's so much confusion. Because it's always Babylon between the changing of the ages. I love Babylon 5. It tells about the 5 Babylon stations. It tells you the story of the 5 times that we walked from one age to another. And how one Babylon station just ultimately disappeared, but reappeared in the future. Yeah, they found it, right? It never really was gone. It was out of phase. It was out of frequency. Everything is a vibration. Everything is sound. This is the wheel you need to learn. And you take your sign and you put it at the top. That's your house. It becomes number 1. That's your cross that you must bear. It's your burden. You take up your cross and you follow him on the fixed cross when it sets in the springtime over here. Let's take a quick look at the solstice today and see what's going on. Let me pause this while this loads. That loaded. And let's put up the date. Oh, wrong, not an object. The time. This is the fall equinox today, or yesterday, depending on leap year. You should be able to take an egg and stand it on end to know. Still a lot going on. Mercury still in fire. Watch what you say. You can burn people to the ground with your words. And we talked about words before. It's one of the first videos I ever made was sticks and stones. Because sticks and stones can break my bones, but with time or Saturn, they always heal. But the words, they'll cut to your soul, and that time can never repeal. Especially with Mars, the planet of action, in fire, rules fire. It just kicks up that Mercury in Leo. Like I said, Venus is about the only balance here at this point, but then again, she's stuck between two herself. So communication, not in retrograde anymore, but definitely lit up with emotion. The Sun in Virgo, at that cusp. Remember, this star here is the marker for Leo, so you can see how close we are to the changing of the ages. At one end, we have Dagon with Pisces and Aquarius, and at the other end, we have the Sphinx with the woman and the lion. It marks the golden age. Almost all of these statues around the world, they mark the changing of the ages, and they mark the cardinal, the fixed, and the mutable crosses in the heavens. And it's part of navigation to know when and where you are, because it's always about being in the right place at the right time. Location belongs to Jupiter. Time belongs to Saturn. They meet in 2020 right here in Capricorn with Pluto. So that's the right time and the right location when they come together. It's your index finger and your middle finger. You hold up two fingers. In the Baphomet symbol, there's two fingers at heaven and two fingers at earth. It marks Saturn-Jupiter conjunctions. Saturn still in Ophiuchus, the hero's journey. I've been asked about that a few times. Joseph Campbell, the hero's journey. Hercules, Vishnu. Vishnu has to travel through 12 trials and tribulations, the zodiac, before he gets to heaven. And he finally makes it to the ladder to heaven. This is Vishnu here. I call it a new wish. Vishnu is a new wish. It's like Anu. Anunnaki is Anu knowledge. It's a new knowledge. And so Vishnu is a new wish. And he has his dog with him as he goes to enter the ladder to heaven here in Freemasonry. All of the tracing boards, it's about Egyptian earth magic because it invokes Orion, the sun pillar, and the moon pillar with the ladder to heaven. As Vishnu is taking the ladder to heaven, he stopped. And they told him he could enter in because he had accomplished all 12 of his trials on his journey, on his hero's journey. But they told him he could not bring his dog, Sirius. And he said that if his dog could not go to heaven, then he would not go. And because his dog had been with him through all of these trials and journeys and had been ever faithful and loyal. So they told him to enter in with his dog, that was the last test. Had he chose to leave his dog behind, he would have not got to enter heaven. And that's the story of Vishnu and Orion. There are many stories. Every culture has their story of Orion. But it's the hero's journey is about Ophiuchus. The moon today, 7.9% illuminated in Virgo with the sun. So you've got water. Jupiter rules water and fire, and you've got fire, all immutable earth. They're just weighing her down right now. She probably feels a little overloaded. It's like fire and water. It's boiling mud. As she moves out of the spring equinox, she is considered going into the wilderness for a time, a times, and half a time, till she's born at the winter solstice to be renewed again. And all zodiac signs go through that. The information that we currently have is all influenced by Pisces and Jupiter in conjunction with Mars. Everything that we have published, especially in the last 125 years, is all filtered and controlled by this star right here, the tie that binds, which is the Vatican. It sits between East and West, almost like Constantinople really should have this title, but it belongs to Rome. So, as of today, we move into the fall, to the autumn. Beautiful time of the year. I love to watch all the leaves change colors. It makes me want to be on the reservation with all of the trees. Just whole forest. Kaimishi Federal Land Reserve and Forest. It's like 250 million square acres of nothing but popular trees that all shed and change their colors coming up. Alright, so a lot of fire still going on. Mutable earth. We got fire and water. Saturn is still in water. And those are the ones that really matter. So we still have that battle of fire and water going on mutable earth. Things are a-changing. Get your frequencies together. Get them right. Stop vibrating fear, worry, stress. Just say no. Discipline yourself. Distract yourself if you have to. But try to move into those more calming frequencies. You do not have to vibrate high. You can go into your theta waves, which is right as you enter your dream state. It's like being in the zone. I call it the theta state, or the theta state. And it's a thinking, but a let go of thinking almost. And remember to commit that random act of kindness every single day, as many as you can. Don't just make it every day. Make it every opportunity you have. Go out of your way to be kind. It will make a difference in your life, other people's, and we can begin changing this world right here, right now. And on that note, everybody have a great equinox and fall season as we watch everything begin to change.